So we're going to play Hillcountry Clay by jwtexan. Again, this is one I'd started a round on earlier just so I had it going. Um, Now he has filled out the form, so we're gonna just read off that so that we have it. Now, Wes said so. Wes is a really good buddy, just for those of you who aren't aware. So therefore, I will try as best I possibly can to give him all of the feedback I've got, like because he's really good at designing, and like the more we both say the same thing, like we both want to know from each other what are the things we really want to hit, like that would be better. So, default green's 175, no need to go above it. We won't. Any wind will work. Excellent. We put on default. Firm greens, firm fairways. Cool. Wants to play from blue tees. Key design features options meant to be set in Texas Hill Country near a gravel/sand company. Medium tougher CC/elite. Not really. Bit of Strants at times. Interesting. We've got two Strants courses this evening, but really just ended up blending into my own thing for the most part, which is really cool. Like a lot of guys will say that you take inspiration from something and you end up with kind of your own thing. So those of you who don't know any of Wes's courses, the first one to go check out is Bungalow Beach Club, which won the National Treasure contest last year for the Maldives, which is an awesome like low country course that never went above 16.9 feet of elevation. He was very proud of that. He also came out with Overbrook a couple of years back, did really well in World Cup, and actually many of us would argue should have done much, much better. And he's had a couple of others. He's been involved in Whiskey Dunes with us, which was really cool. He's had the Highlander, was a collab with T Petro, and there's been some others. I'm probably forgetting a really obvious one, but we've got Charlie in chat, who I'm sure will make sure. So we do have some stuff to look at now. Wes also, it's worth mentioning, was Farwater. Yeah, he'll love that, and Tantalon. It's worth mentioning Wes has been up against a crazy deadline for like work and stuff, so hasn't been able to put in the amount of time he would have normally done. So has been panicking like mad about getting this finished. So if you really do like it, and if we really like it, then oh no, I didn't mention Ballyhoo. I hope not, Matt. I'm not dropping any frames. Just refresh. So if he's done a great job, then that just kind of goes to show you can do that on no time whatsoever, which is impressive. Now Wes is always a fan of like crazy routings and stuff. So when we zoom out, I'm expecting to see lots of greens like close proximity. Yep. So we've got 1 and 2 right next to each other. Tee boxes, 1, 2, 3 in and around here. Like big congregation points. Like I guess that yeah, we got 3 up there as well. Like crazy routings and things are just like that's his real thing that I think he's done really nicely over a number of courses. Um, yeah, so we've got really cool plot. The sandy waste areas are really interesting. They're done very differently to how we see other courses, like not planted, but given that it's like a sand mining company, I think that makes sense. It doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like a cop out in the way that you might expect it. It's just like that's what this place is. Really cool clubhouse. Love the wonky steps, like because that is like genuinely done on purpose and it looks really cool. Clubhouse is great. Blue because obviously all of the blue team are putting blue stuff on. Silo is ridiculously good. I The sand mining thing is so cool and took clearly a stupid amount of time. How you guys have the creativity to do this, I do not know. Then we got this, so that's buggies, mulch kind of area and things. Ah, just the man. Glad to see you, buddy. I know you may be dipping in and out, but we'll try and give you everything we got. Really love the like kind of muted planting as well. Like just a couple of tones in the right spots works really well. Play off your framing. Oh, no worries. Okay, so framed beautifully off the first tee. Let's see what we got. Okay, so clear options of we can go right at this bunker. Can you bounce it down there? I really want to find out. We can carry it over there. Big green, but like pretty gentle slopes. Yeah, it could be. That's the thing. Yeah, the other part of this contest we now get into is all these matchups. I love this little diddy bunker that is just hilariously there, just to kind of, but needed to be there because it shows where the fairway comes, like finishes. I want to know if you can bounce it down there. I feel like you can't. Oh no, we can. But you can see. All right, we're gonna go to putter. Just one sec. Actually, sorry, this will make sense in just 1 second because I don't know a better way of checking this. There we go. So, as you can see, the land kind of comes back up. He's done, rather than allowing you just to bounce down, you've got a little bit of a ditch in there as well. So you can get caught up in that, and that would be like the worst place to miss. Really clever. Ah, it's par 5. Okay, so we can't quite get home into. Sneaky, sneaky, but sensible. Of course, just for you, Axel. Ah, the slow is not what we wanted. Bounce the bunker. Two, like, of the tiniest bunkers you will see on this hole. And, like, they're both really well placed. Green, simple. Might have liked to see a bit more contour on that, particularly for a par 5 where like, we can build up a bit more defence. Alrighty. Uh, and then we get a smaller green with like. Okay, so we're just going for a couple of very big slopes, I guess. So giant fall off in the front. I guess for this pin we want to be as left as we can be, which means taking on this little. We'll say this looks really cool. Thanks, Maddie. Oh, what a swing line. But we've made it down the left-hand side, so hopefully okay. And then 112. That's a tricky little wedge shot. Really like the way this hole sits. Like a simple. This is the sort of hole I feel like I need to start doing better because it's just a simple drive and a wedge shot, but there's so much pressure on this wedge shot, and with the elevation, you're not quite sure whether you got the right club. A little bit of a slope to make you think. Like there's not too much going on. Like, it's one really simple question, but yeah, it really makes you consider club selection. Go in. Damn it, Wes. Yeah, exactly. That's okay. Yeah, we're back to ballyhoo greens. Love the planting here. Lighting, obviously, totally on point. Probably looks even better with the cloud cover, but what can we do? Yeah, this is tough. I've got probably, I'd say this must be the toughest pin position on the green, I would say. But if we do go a bit long, we're going to have an uphill putt. Don't mind missing just to the left. Awesome view on, like, the big view back there is really cool. Yeah, that's kind of the miss I didn't really want. Got big sidewinder of a putt. Yeah, I kind of said the same on the previous course. Like, I think this slope we can tone down a little bit, like really steep going into shallow. I'd probably just cut the top of this as fairway and then just have the green filtering in the bottom bit. Although it doesn't look as steep as the grids are showing it. Maybe it's yeah, maybe it's fine. Really cool use of the sunken tree there. Like that looks awesome. Ugh, slow down. Dreadful part. That view's awesome. Clubhouse there as well. Dreadful bogey. I don't really have much to critique on this one so far. This is fun. Okay, so we got a big, like, very gently sloping green. The greens are interesting. Like, we've gone from the small ones with lots of slope to this one where I just wish there was, like, more. I would love more slope going on this one, I think. Like, it is just a drive and a flip wedge, right? So we'll bounce around the corner. Like, really fun tee shot. Now, it feels like to me the best thing you could have given us here would have been, like, wrong one. I would love to be hitting, as a challenge, hitting an awkward pitch off like a downhill lie or something, or have us hanging up the top and then hitting way down towards the left, like, or a super sloping green. No, I think there's a couple of different things you maybe could have done with this one. I love the tee shot, just yeah, the approach I might have changed a bit. Such good views though, like yeah. That little sandy waste area has eaten up a lot of space for you very nicely, hasn't it? I see you with your no planting. Well, we get back the bogey anyway. Okay, a little bit more like of a narrow sort of concept. It really is, but it's also like it's meter conservation, but it's also it does make sense and it works, and it's good proof that you don't need to just chuck objects everywhere to make something look good. I do think there's parts of this hole where I'd like to see a little bit more, but we'll come to that on the second shot. I like the tee shot. That you haven't pinched fairway much yet. First kind of did, but we had an option to carry it. And with different driver lengths, that would play interestingly. So, second shot. First thing I'm going to comment on is he kind of done this on the first hole. So we've basically, okay, we've got some different slopes on the green, but it's kind of feeling similar. So I might have changed that, or could push the bunker even further in and properly lines mouth it. I think we could be dropping, this bit of this bunker just a little more as well. They're sitting pretty good, but they're not quite perfect. And I think over here we could use a bit more grass around them, just because we've got so much at the back, it's just kind of showing up where they aren't. Yeah, exactly. And the key point is that it fits and it makes sense. And like, I mean, a lot of courses would do this by having a lot of courses would do that big like emptiness by having ocean there. So it's kind of fulfilling the same function, but not being ocean, so therefore it feels a bit more interesting. Because of that, you can then see across. So like you could do it with a lake or a river, like accomplish the same stuff. I think I can't remember where Wes is. Wes has got New Year's with the family, I think. So he is just on a phone somewhere. But yeah, again, like that one. Just thinking in terms of the question that last approach has asked, we've had an uphill pitch again, which I kind of think we did probably test better on the second. Okay. Trouser template. Well, this one's the Andre template. We know that one. Big kind of Redan kicker thing. See if we can carry that bunker. I think we're okay. Look at you all with your in-jokes. Alright. Really cool green site. Like, fun hazard. So, like, basically acting as a cliff without really being a cliff edge. Some positives. There are a few. Let's see. I think we can probably land short and use that little mound to run on. Matty, he's making a joke. Oh, yeah, fair. Don't go too far. That's alright. What are those two little bunkers? Oh, separating that green. Should really take that sword off you, but oh well. Yeah, you're going to get some people whining about this one because you can't see the end of the fairway, but you'd have a caddy who would tell you, so I don't really hate it as much. And there's not. No, I think I'm okay with this. I would probably cut the fairway a bit more over here. You can't see the end of the fairway. No, I can tell. Thanks, Axel. But yeah, like if you cut the fairway just over here, give us a chance to land it just over. I'd probably prefer that. Do you like the green orientation? I don't know if this bunker's strictly necessary, but just because you put planting in front of it means I don't think we'll ever see it, really. Try and do some silly stuff. That's pretty well played. Big side hill slope. Yeah. I think I would have liked to have seen that little ravine, but I get that it's really difficult to do on the end of a fairway on a downhill hole. Like, really difficult. Uh, huh. Wedge it is. But you've done a good job at creating, like, interesting, but that's a dreadful chip. Interesting but tricky wedge shots. And that pin could have used a little more movement around it, but play it from a different direction is probably fine. Bunkerless. This is very wide, and then very pinched. I mean, nobody is laying up with 3-wood. And certainly nobody is laying up to back here, so it kind of feels like the fairway only really matters at this point. And like, I guess that everyone's taking driver, but I'd like something making me thinking more about taking driver rather than being pushed into it. I guess that's you're ending up with a pitch down this green, but we'll take a little bit off it. And I think that tee shot to me feels a bit more like a setup for this shot rather than actually anything where we've really got much of a choice to make. But cool little driver pitch hole, just would have liked a bit more pressure on the tee shot. Probably. Like, we had a choice as to where on the fairway we went. But yeah. Love the clubhouse in the background on this one. This is a huge green. Feel like I'd probably like a bit more slope on this one, but we'll wait and see how the shot goes. Framing's good. Like playing down low by the waist area is cool now. We haven't done that yet. Well, that good thing we tested out those green slopes to see whether they worked, right? Didn't even hit the bunker. That's not going to be it. Not too bad. So the only reason why I really say I might like a little bit more severity on the green slopes is just that I think it's easier to use these as a backstop when they're more significantly red. But the slopes on there are good. Might shrink the green just a bit as well. It feels very big. Fun front nine. I like that we're kind of back to being closed in off the tee, which was kind of what happened on the first. Little line of bunkers is fun. Probably. Something about that front bunker shape is just bothering me. Like, I kind of wish there was something in front of it. Like, if he had a little bit of planting in front of it, maybe, and then the bunkers leaked out of it, would be. I'm assuming we're wanting to love the green site. Green site's really cool. He's gone for a circle. Nice. Big old runoff here that's just going to take you gently off the green. Okay, so this one's all about, I guess, trying to challenge this side a little. Well, I don't think we need to, but we're worrying about where the fairway runs out. Circle greens are. I think you can get away with just playing it down the centre. Layering of these bunkers is really nice. Oh, well, at least it went long. That's a hell of a lot easier than if it slipped off that down that slope. I haven't really commented much on the planting, but I really like the objects you've used, and sinking these ash trees way down is cool, as well as the little white bush. And actually, normally I'd say this yellowy orange grass looks really overpowering. I think with the lighting and the textures you've got, it works really, really well. I know it's kind of similar to what you did on Ballyhoo with that orange grass, but it works much, much better here, and doesn't make the console blow up. Itty bitty par 3. I think I'd be dropping this bunker down a little bit because it kind of looks from here like it's right at the top, rather than you kind of expect it to be at the bottom. Or I'd take the fairway closer or bring the planting in front of it, like something like that. And I think, like I say, I know Wes was rushed for time on this one. That's the sort of stuff you never normally do. And I think I'm pretty sure I'm just putting that down to you didn't really have the time to critique as much. Oh, we get one of those swings every once in a while. Let's play the hole from down here. Easy flop up the green. Easy par. That's a shame. I was kind of looking forward to that one. I like the simple slopes on that. The main thing I'm finding, and I don't know whether this was a conscious decision or not, I feel like the amount of... Hi! We've mostly said some nice stuff. There's been some things. I've made sure to reference the fact that you had very little time to work on this course. And it holds up really flipping well. This one's good. Like this. Okay, so we could get down here, but it leaves us with, geez, 499 Par four, that pin, that green. Right, we gotta hit this side. Um, sculpting could be a little smooth. We could drop this little bit of land here would help show off the front bunker just a touch more. Um, but definitely want to be over here. Stick. Thank you, Wes. And now we have. Okay. This is a really tough shot, but I'm sure it's. How is it doable? I think to there. And it probably runs on down. Ah, fair enough then. Um, alright, let's go. Uh, this is where I kind of feel like some of the benign greens we've had, like this one makes it feel a lot fairer, like we've just suddenly got a properly difficult green. I think that's a good shot. I thought wrong. Probably have to carry it a little bit further. Is it a bit severe? Maybe. Needed to hit a better shot. I don't know. I feel like that's okay just purely because it's balanced with like the easier holes we've had come before it. So I'm kind of okay with that one. Plus, it was a tough approach that like made you think, and there was a clear way to get to it. Just you had to be precise. Okay, having said we balance stuff, what? Okay, so the land does drop off back there, so kind of makes sense that this area isn't green. So 16. Yeah, I guess I need to look some more stuff up. If I don't know. I really like how it looks from the tee. Just that shape is doing all sorts of things that I'm just not accustomed to seeing, which I know is part of it. Yeah, of course, it's back to back Westwood. Love the little silo just there. And how, for whatever reason, it genuinely looks like there's movement on it. Oh, that's not the time. Roll off the green. Thank you. Yeah, don't think it's my favourite par three on the course, but it will be interesting and you will remember it. Which I guess could have been said for 17 as well. The Club Golf Club. Still only -3, and I don't feel this course is particularly difficult. I'm just not executing. Okay, we've got another kind of narrow, tiny little pot in front. Is the quarry OB? I hope not. No. No, you can go you can go find it and play your ball. Doubt it. It'd be a brave person who tried to hit off that. Sit. Oof. Okay. So you're going over the bunker, but you also have a choice of kind of going just to the left of it, I guess. Damn it. There's a lot of chip and putt pars. I'm not really doing the course justice with my play. There's another great look. Like, lighting obviously really helping you, but I think this planting's really well done. And these sorts of green sites have been my favourites, where you've benched them in between planting. I thought 10 was the same, was really good from that point of view. Like, just looks class. Where do we want to be? Probably further left. Damn it. Which I don't think I can get. Hey, I've put OB on courses. You leave me You leave me be. Sit. That was nicely judged. Well, we're definitely going long, and I love that we cannot go long. Yeah, we got a pairing stream soon. You two can have at it all you want. I've not used outbounds on one of those. Might not be enough. That's okay. That's a better miss than going long. Which I like. Like the whole of that shot, I was just petrified of going long, which I don't really. We don't test enough in this game. We always have bunkers short. See, West gets it. One par 5. Redan of sorts. Kind of same critique as I'll do with everyone else. You've got fairway here, so I'm hoping ball running off is just going to roll into fairway unless it's hitting too far. Like that, I like that front little pot. I wish you'd just drop the front of it just a touch so we can see a little more of it. Maybe like bled some planting into the bunker, or a little bit of planting out here. Or there's just like the hole is just a bit too much textures and kind of on a flat line. I'd love to obscure that a little bit with a bit of planting here, or something coming out the top here, or dropping that so it just has a little more depth on it. I think it's also just a hard one to plant with the lighting you got. I think that will do it. I like this. It's not a difficult green to hit at all. It's a difficult green to get close to. I think works well. Ah, nearly. Reckon you could probably bump the back bunker up a little bit as well. Might have helped with that depth idea. Okay. Drive ball 17th. Green benched into the hills, really cool. Like this a lot. Wish I had a different wind for this. Just, yeah, would have been fun to be able to carry these two. Tell you what, you've done a good job making these two bunkers sit right and these two. And have the green in a hillside, because this sculpting's not easy. There's a lot going on in terms of land movement. I think for this one though, I don't actually mind being too far long and left. Because we'll be pitching back up the slope, so really good view, framing off the tee. Love no, the sandy waste area's been great. Ah, did not want to slow. No. That was like literally the last place I wanted to be. Not even aiming anywhere near that. Ugh. See how we go. Damn it, Wes. Nope. not quite. That little shelf is really well done. Like, really good pin position for this whole simple green slopes. Makes sense. Just simple concept done really well. And of course 18's a par 5. It's a contest. Why would we not? So, yep, finishing by the little sand area makes sense. One of those many greens in close proximity. There's only two next to each other. Fun little spine thing, which means we probably want to be as far left as we can be, so we're not carried away by it as much. Worst drive possible. I know. It's awful. I have not been in the pit quarry yet, which means I really thought I'd jinxed myself. Wish I'd just gotten over that because I think this is such a good closing view. Let's have a look from here. Love this like little bit of planting, framing and stuff, and like the different heights and things look really cool. I think this could be alright. Might need to carry just a touch on that line. It should be in the name. This is Hillcountry Clay by jwtexan. Ah, damn it. But yeah, it is nice. I need to go some. Never know with those. Huh, went left. Well, there we go. That's the one. Really good tree line, just really good course, like well executed. West, tried to give you everything I've got. Just loads to enjoy. Now, have you done... See, look, he's balanced his nines properly this year. Last year he had a 34-38 split, which made it very difficult to pair up on some of the days. There's a load of fun stuff going on there. I think there's a few greens that are a bit quirky for my tastes, but that'll be where it's really interesting having a panel of judges, because there'll be some others that I imagine will really like them. And I know that I tend to be slightly more traditional than loving the Strancy sort of stuff. Routing was really cool, like the little congregation points were great. I thought you did the driver wedge par fours. I thought your short kind of to mid fours were definitely the strength for me, and a couple of the par 5 green sides were class. So yeah, 18 was one. It was 10 a par 4. Jeez. What's next? No, that's going to be me done for the evening, just because, yeah, post New Year's and kids waking up early. So it's just these two tonight, and I've got a couple more to do tomorrow probably. But we'll see how we get on. So yeah, really fun course. Now, for those of you who've been keeping up, we are going to do the match-up stream, which is one of the most fun ones we'll do. And we've slated that for a week today, so Saturday the 8th. We're going to aim to do that. We'll confirm exact times, and it'll probably be on Wayne's, so Amiobi's channel. But stay tuned for that. But yeah, until next time, see you later.